I know some people are out there like, yes, because Charleston White is now arrested in Texas for cruelty to the animals. Okay, we are going to get into it, but before we do so, do not forget to leave a comment down below. Also, like and subscribe, and I appreciate it if you could hit the thanks button as well. And now let's get into it. So I seen this post earlier, and there is still more details that need to come to surface. Not everything has been made available to us, but it says Charleston White has been arrested for cruelty to animals and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Now, before we get into anything, okay, Charleston White he just recently, for me, popped up on the feed just a few months ago, maybe about 4 or 5 months ago, I would say, here and there. Now he's like on every podcast dang near, and essentially he's talking about black issues and gang related stuff and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so he's talking about, well, this is why women don't whatever, this is why men don't whatever, and all that. He's calling out people who are in gangs and in the music industry. He's saying, oh yes, I will call 911 right now. Oh, I hope they get you, and all this other stuff to people who got their goons and their hitters and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so he has made some enemies, if we can just say it plain and simple, whether it is with black women, whether it is in calling them out on their BS, or with black men calling them out on their BS, and with people in the music industry, rappers, insert whatever the case may be. My opinion on him, he's about 40% okay, 60% I'm not a fan of. It's not, so he mentions what he mentions, he talks about what he talks about, and 40% I'm like, okay, I'm down with you. But then sometimes he just be going into like these weird tangents, and I'm like, okay, what are we even talking about? What are we even doing right now? So sometimes he just be doing a little bit too much for me, and it's too much, and I'm like, you're doing too much. And then his delivery, I'ma just keep it real. I'm from the suburbs, so I don't talk that crazy slang, okay? I don't do that, okay? But that's just me, because I wasn't born in the hood, and I don't want to be associated with anything that has to do with said hood, So for me, the way that he dresses, the way he talks, that doesn't do anything for me, because I'm not from that and I don't want to be associated with that. So I don't like the way that he gives his message. So that's why I'm like, okay, 60% I'm like, because it's the way you're doing it, and you be on some bull. Okay, let's get real. Let's just call it what it is. Sometimes he's just talking, okay? And for people who ain't black, talking to talk is just, you just want to say something just to say something. You ain't got really anything to say. You don't really have any real value to put in there, but you're just saying something just so you could say something, just so you have something to say. You're just talking to talk, okay? I remember I just recently had to call my brother out because he was just saying something, had nothing to do with our conversation. He was just talking. I was like, you just talking. What are you talking for? Then he was like, well, what do you mean? I was like, you just saying something just to say something. I was like, this had nothing to do with the conversation. Oh, well, my bad. Okay. So some people don't know that they're just talking to talk. Okay. But that's how I feel about the guy. Okay. So I'm not like, oh, I don't like the dude. Okay. Cause the music industry that he talks about, which is a lot of the rappers and the gangbangers and, all that kind of stuff, different gang affiliations and all that. I don't partaking in that. I don't listen to too much rap as is, so I don't know anything about that, any kind of gang members. All I know is what I used to watch when I was watching Gangland, and that ain't even that much. Okay, so that's who this guy is. So some people are happy. So he has some charges, y'all. Woo, and I'm gonna see. Hopefully, I can make it big when I put it up on the screen so you guys can see it. But I'm gonna read it anyways. All right. So they said Charleston White, black, male, okay, and they say the charges are cruelty to non-livestock animal, which would be like dogs and cats. So the first thing I was thinking was like, is this some kind of weird dog fighting ring that you had going on, or you just out here just beating up dogs? I don't know. aggravated assault with deadly weapon. Okay. Then they got arresting agent who did it. And this was from yesterday. So I'm recording December 19th. And this was from December 18th. Okay. And then they said bond type and they said post it. No, nothing. So he's doing something with animals and assault with a deadly weapon. That's all that they gave us. So we don't really know anything more than just that. But this has been circling around. And I'm like this. Okay, this happened in Texas. Apparently he's from Texas too. And my main thing was like this. Okay, so you talked a lot of mess, and now you may be put in there in the clink with the people that you talked all this mess about. You know what I mean? So I highly doubt that they'll be like, okay, well, we'll go and separate them, to detain them and all that. And let's say you get some kind of sentence, whether even if it's 5 months or something like that, whatever it is, because we don't know any more details besides just that. So let's just say like, okay, you get like 5 months, a year, whatever, but you're now going to be in the same vicinity with people to which you were talking negative about, saying, oh yeah, I hope you get locked up. Oh, I hope this, I hope that. And it's like, oh, now you may be in there with them. Let me know what y'all think about said White. Have you guys seen any of his videos? Because like I said, he has been on a lot of podcasts. I don't really watch too many podcasts because people be talking just to talk on there, and I'm like, okay, some of these talking points we already discussed 10 podcasts. especially the relationship one. I'm like, some of these we talked about 10 podcasts ago. Y'all just rewording the same stuff, so what's going on? But let me know if y'all have seen his stuff. Have y'all seen the other podcasts? Are y'all a fan of him? And what do y'all think is going on with these different charges that are going on in here? Let me know down below. Hello. I hope you enjoyed the video. I would appreciate if you could leave a comment down below, and also do not forget to like and subscribe. I would also appreciate if you could support me at latricelimited.com. This is my own personal small business where I sell bath and body wellness items, such as I have bath bombs, I have soaps, candles, essential oil blends, sleep eye masks, and a whole bunch more. I'm actually going to show you 2 featured products. So this one is my candle. Okay, this is my vanilla wood wick candle. As you can see, there's wood in there, and it gives a nice crackling sound. It's like a bonfire, campfire, but in your house, yo. Smells so freaking good. This, my sweet roses, are my top scents for me personally. I also have soap. So this one right here is this nice cool water soap that I have. It's more of a masculine, sexy scent. So I would greatly appreciate if you could go and support me. And now I hope you have a good day.